morning, everybody. My question for you today is, are you resting? Our verse is Psalm 116:7. Return, O my soul, to your rest, for the Lord has dealt bountifully with you. Do you feel like you need to rest? I know I do. It's so easy to get busy doing things and then stay up later than we know we should. Or we lie in bed and toss and turn. Why is that? Why do we keep doing this over and over again? Often it comes back to worry or fear. We may think, if I'm not constantly striving or working hard, I'm lazy and I won't have the money I need to pay the bills. Or we keep ourselves up at night thinking, how is this bill going to get paid? What will happen if ... fill in the blank. We think by worrying we actually solve the problem, but do we? No, it never works. In fact, frequently what we worry about never actually ends up happening. And worrying really didn't play any kind of role in that process. What does our verse say? The Lord has dealt bountifully with you. This is why we can trust. We can trust our loving God to provide for our true needs and to have our ultimate best in mind. We don't see the purpose in what we're going through in the moment, but He does see the big picture. So the next time you're tempted to lose sleep over worrying, remember, let go. God will take care of it. Now, our recipe for today is a avocado and egg salad. 2 servings. I'm actually only going to make up 1 serving right now. I will make up the rest at a later point. But I only need 1 right now. And with salads, lots of times, fresher is better. It depends on the salad, but greens, salads, you don't necessarily want the dressing on them for extended periods of time, or they start, getting all wilted. So I'm actually going to start by making the dressing for this, and then we'll actually put together the salad. And I'm going to go ahead and put the camera angle down a little farther so you can actually sort of see what I'm doing. Okay, so part of the ingredients for this is some lemon. This is actually a lemon that I got from a friend of ours that has a lemon tree. I've gotten several lemons that way right now. Just remember, as pain in the butt as the seeds are, they're also how it reproduces. And you want your food to be able to reproduce. That's the way God intended it. Come here. Little tiny one. This batch, these particular lemons have had a lot of seeds in them. Okay, so I think we only need about a tablespoon to make this dressing up. I'm actually making the dressing up enough for both. So that looks like we've got enough. Okay, and then you use about a couple tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. I'm using an organic one that's actually from olives grown in Spain. A lot of the Italian olive oil isn't really olive oil anymore, so you may not, unless you know where it's coming from real sure, you may not get what you are thinking you're getting. So that's why I made sure that it wasn't coming from Italy. I'm letting some of the pulp in there. That out. Dry my hands for a sec. Okay, so we've got lemon juice, olive oil. And basically, we're making an Italian. So I've got a quarter of a cup. This is as ground as finely as I would like. So grind it up a bit. This is actually basil, about a quarter of a cup, quarter of a teaspoon, excuse me. And this is oregano, it's not too much. Oregano has a little smaller leaves, so it's less of an issue. And of course, this part you can make up in advance and let your herbs rehydrate. I'm just putting the lid on so I'm not getting it splashing all over the place. You could also blend this up like in a magic bullet, but it tends to get the oil all over everything, and I opted to not do that this morning. Okay, so we'll set that aside for now. Now we'll go back to our salad, which is actually pretty basic here. So I'm using some Super Greens mix, about 1.5 cups per container. You can use also baby lettuce mix, or whatever kind of lettuce you want to use. I like using Super Greens because that also gives me something I can put on my that I can use in my Greek drinks. Drink it, blend it up too. So if I'm going to go through that much lettuce, I need more than one use for it than just salads. Shell off of my already and I'm just going to slice this up. That's actually one of the easiest things to do with hard-boiled eggs, is just cutting them in slices. Otherwise, it tends to get all over your hands and everything else. So it's a little easier that way. Okay. Just 1 sec. Clean up the knife good because I just had hard-boiled egg. And since egg is something you got to be careful with, make sure I wash my knife here real good. All right, and then I'm going to take a half of my half of an avocado here. most of the time when I'm working with avocados, I just do a little slicing into the peel, being careful I don't push too hard so as to go through the rind. Then I'm turning it and cutting it the other direction so that these will actually end up being cubed. Then I'm going along between the peel and the avocado. And you can break apart there. They're not actually attached to each other. Always more fun in the center trying to get it out. Yeah, and I usually go along and scrape some of it off the inside, especially if not all of it wanted to come out. Don't want to lose any of the gold. Okay, so we go back to our dressing. Agitate a little bit so the herbs aren't all stuck in one spot. And obviously, I'm not using all this dressing on this one. Up. And I'm actually not going to stick that in the refrigerator because olive oil and refrigerators do not mix. Literally. Okay, so that is our avocado and egg salad with dressing. And if you want to do that in add a little protein to that, you've got some protein with the eggs, but not a very high protein. If you want a little more protein, you can add a little bit of cubed cooked chicken to that, or you can add some fish, or whatever protein you want to use. I'm going to actually use a little bit of tuna fish. Don't have tuna fish all the time, but once in a while. And I'm just going to add that on to this salad, and it's ready to go. So I will be back next week for another recipe and another verse, of course. So see you next time. Have a great day.